Every time I hear this, particularly when I'm in the United States, I still can't come to terms with it. People calling earth as dirt.
And it's time to stop treating our soil like dirt.
Somehow, this fundamental thing that we are just a small outcrop of the soil on which you're sitting right now is forgotten, generally till we are buried.
The environment, if we consider, for example, that our body is covered with bacteria, we will see that those bacteria really perform very beneficial roles in every single part of our body. So the part of the bacteria or the viruses that may be causing disease is really a very small percentage of those that are in the environment as a whole.
Soil. And then we've got some dirt too. So that's dirt. And soil feeds us. And we all know that, right? Okay. Because soils can help to mitigate climate change. Healthy soils are resilient, so they can buffer the effects of extreme weather. They're like a sponge, so if it rains too much, that water seeps through. But if it doesn't rain enough, it holds more water in place, so it can keep a crop growing for longer.
The most intimate of the physicality in the existence is your body. And this body is just a piece of earth. So you're just a small outcrop of this earth. Right now you're an outcrop who prances around. After some time, you will become a small mound.
Something that we have just started to learn in the last few years. We know that the bacteria on our skin, for example, help our skin stay healthy. They help with wound repair. They help on fending off the really bad bacteria that could cause infections and that they could get invade our bodies and cause more disease. There are actually even some studies in which we've seen that some of these bacteria actually produce anti-cancer agents that may be protecting our skin from ultraviolet-induced.
So today you take vacations, go to the spas, have mud bath, in a very expensive atmosphere. But every day if you stick your hands into the earth, at least for a few minutes a day, you would see the body would be in a much better condition because whenever it's in contact with the earth, the body reorganizes itself.
The more you're in touch with it, it's better. All of you can't turn into farmers now, and maybe you're living on the 12th floor and you can't be a gardener either. So at least being in touch with the earth, palms and soles are very sensitive to this. If your hands and your bare feet are in contact with the earth, it'll make a difference. Or at least you do your… I don't recommend this, but if you are doing your afternoon siesta, do it under a tree with your spine in contact with the earth, things will happen very well. Or to be in a natural pool of water which is in the earth, like a lake or a river or an ocean, will do tremendous things to the system. You know the grounding, you know, the electricity groundings we do. Is it called grounding here? What do you call it? Earthing. It's called earthing or grounding, you know, it's called earthing actually. So, when you earth the electrical connections, one thing is to keep it wet, because if it is wet, it gets conducted better. So this is why in all the Indian temples, why do you think people are making their bodies wet and lying down on the floor in prostration? Is just this, not just earthing, that special earth, which is energized earth around. So you want the entire body to be in touch with the thing. Especially before you go for dinner or for lunch, especially before that, at least for a half an hour, walk without footwear, not on this granite, either in the grass or in the mud outside. You will see body being in touch with the earth. When you eat the food that you eat, the way it integrates it is very different. Digestion will anyway happen, but how much you can integrate into the system depends on how much you're in tune with the earth. So, even half an hour if you walk without choosers, footwear, and the body remains in touch with the earth, you will see the elements will function with little more integrity than the way it is right now.
Walking and playing barefoot is really coming into vogue. The yogic systems have always recommended this, and now science is getting there too. Especially for children, not only does this give them better balance, it also helps develop their cerebral capabilities.
Those of you who have very unstable bodies, that is, you tend to fall sick very easily and, constantly those kind of things. If you just get off your cot and sleep on the floor, you will see it'll make a big difference. Just that much. Just maybe 18 inches away you are, just get 18 inches closer. You will see it'll make a big difference in terms of reorganizing the system.
I would say 80% of your health depends on this, how much you're in tune with the earth. 80%. 80% of your chronic ailments can just vanish simply because you kind of found a little rapport with the earth on which you're walking or sitting right now. One simple practice that all of you can start is the Bhuta Shuddhi if you have the time and the necessary focus to do it.
Bhuta Shuddhi means, Bhuta means Panchabhutas or the five elements. Shuddhi means to cleanse that.
Whether it is the physical body or the larger body of the creation itself, essential is made of five elements of earth, water, fire, air, and space. What you call as myself is just a mischief of these five elements.
If you know how to organize these five elements properly, if you know how to keep these five elements within yourself, then there is nothing more to life in terms of health, well-being, perception, knowing, everything, enlightenment. Everything is handled.
Every time I hear this, particularly when I'm in United States, I still can't come to terms with it. People calling earth as dirt. Maybe it's just another word, but in our mind, dirt means… What is dirt for you? Huh? Trash, isn't it? Dirt is trash, isn't it? Yes or no? Even in America, dirt is trash? No? What is it? Something that you don't want. Yes, it's trash, that's what is trash, something that you don't want. But soil, here we call it Thai Mann, Mother Earth. Why is it we are not reverential to all those things which make our life, sustain our life moment to moment? You just treat them differently. Suddenly they behave differently within you. If you did not drink water for 3 days, even if God comes, you'll only ask for water. If you hold your nose for 3 minutes, you don't want God, you want a breath, fresh air, isn't it? One simple thing that everybody can do is, the air that they breathe, the water that they drink, the food that they eat, and the earth that they walk upon, and the space which holds us. 5 times a day, let's say. If you are too preoccupied, at least 3 times a day, consciously, just bring a certain sense of reverence. This is a very common thing, you're being told, Matru Prema, Pitru Prema, this one, that one. Prithvi Prema, that is love for the planet on which you're walking, because that's not different from you.